Hello, my name is Maria Isabel Andrade Galindez. This video is for the research project course. The task for reporting the entire process of my research. Well, I'm going to talk about my research project carried out during the academic period. My research project emerged from a problem that I was able to analyze in my practice process. I developed my educational practice in the virtual English community at my University. I had to give classes quickly this semester. I had to teach writing a skill, and I give certain preparation classes, and then I have to give all the skills, English skills, speaking, listening, and reading, and writing. In my practice, I analyzed a problem of my student, and the problem was that the difficulty of my students speaking English or expressing their ideas clearly in English class, of course. The level that I used in my classes was B2. I'm not the best in English, and I also like a lot, but in my opinion, the classes were basic and the conversation were simple. Ask simple questions or give free opinions. Well, this is why the title of my research is Less Theory, More Practice. Okay? Because from my point of view, the theory is fine, the structure, sentence, grammar of teaching phonetics, all of that is fine, but we need to practice to advance and level up, I think. Practice produce natural English, and I told my student to take advantage to do the space to speak, because sometimes we don't have the opportunity to practice in another space for to learn, to involve in our learning. Okay, analyzing my general and specific objective, I have made some small change. I have modified them like this. General objective is explore the effect of teaching creativity as an educational practice to encourage students speaking as a foreign language. And the specific objectives are analyze the advantage of practicing creativity in English-speaking classes. The second one is identify practical teaching strategies from a constructivist approach based on creativity, and analyze the importance of the creativist teaching, teaching creativity as a pedagogical practice in English-speaking classes. Okay, as you can see, I have analyzed not only the problem, but also a possible solution. Practice. 1 point list or creativity. I'm so sorry. I'm clear about the importance of educational practice through many research projects carried out by many authors. They show that theory is part of the past or that is not complete without practice. Practice allows research, reflection, analysis, transformation, and teacher must all practice in their student so that a constructive method is developed where students are protagonists and creators of their own knowledge, and teachers are mediators and leaving education behind. Leaving education behind traditional education. The problem I see is that despite all these students studies traditional education still continues in our country, Colombia. In many schools in our country, the teachers continue with the same class methodologies like in the past. Many institutions don't use technology and don't allow class interaction. and teachers are not research and they don't know ideas contrary. They don't believe that the practice is a assertive learning. So there is a great responsibility in the teacher and in the end in the educational model of our country, of course. So when I have my classes, I realize that my students struggle a lot to spread their ideas. I could understand that the problem was not theirs, but rather the basis they had in their teaching. So I start my research by reading various studies on the subject, and I start a job with my students. I start with a survey where I asked the way they like to learn or the strategies they consider important to add to the classes, or what were their favorite ways to learn. And I was able to notice in the result that they like to be the protagonists of the class, and they could talk and loud and enjoy while they learned. Okay, I want to contextualize that my students were adults with many responsibilities and prior knowledge of English, but they were preparing to be teachers. And I want to be teachers in the class where they were students. So they liked a lot of participation. At this moment I understood the importance of creativity, because creativity is not just putting something together or, I don't know, building something material or creativity. I think that creativity is analyzing, debating. Creativity is build our minds and allow each one to create our learning. In the end, creativity is a good strategy because it allows practice. So, I continue with my research step by step, class by class, making creativity through discussion, question, and different activities that allow a student to speak practice, so that their level of English increase and build their own knowledge and defend their point of view. That helped my class a lot. The students at first were afraid of making a mistake when they speak English, and I explained to them that the error in the pronunciation was only a bridge to help us to improve our English. Over time, everyone interacted, they like interaction, and the class were very assertive. I think the students were grateful, and I was very happy and satisfied. Finally, I did another interview where I asked to my students if the class strategies were correct, and I received very good results thanks to the methodology, the internet, and creativity. I achieved positive results, and I understand that as a teacher we can generate positive change with correct strategies. So, and I was satisfied with the positive result. There is much to improve, there is too much to advance, but from our educational process we will be able to obtain results and help with the transformation of education in our country from our workplace. Okay, I hope this research has been clear. I'm not an expert, but I like to know that we are teachers and research, and that we can serve and help our students. Okay, thank you so much. That's all. That's pleasure. See you.